Hi everyone, it's Rebecca with linkinglewiscounty.com, and on today's episode of Hear All About It, we have Andrew Reed, who is a board member on the Constable Hall. And Andrew, you are here today to talk about something very exciting, especially to history buffs, but local history buffs in particular. Why don't you tell us about the Constable Chronicles and what you're featuring coming on November 9th?
Sure. This is the fourth episode, and this episode focuses on Anna Constable. Anna Constable is obviously relative of the Constable family in Constable Hall. She never actually lived there, wasn't born there, her father was. She grew up in Philadelphia and relocated to New York City and did the typical rich socialite thing. And midway through her young career, she really got pulled into the women's suffrage movement. But very little is known about her. All the hall had, one of the family members gave a fairly eclectic collection of documents. There was photographs, newspaper clippings, stock certificates, just seemed pretty random. And the hall asked me to just look into it. Who is she? Is she important? And I was hooked right away because it was such there were letters handwritten in French. There was a typed letter from a U.S. senator. So there's definitely something there, and so I dug around quite a bit, and 100 pages of research later, she's an extraordinary lady, but because she didn't self-promote herself as many suffragists did, I don't think anybody knows about her. And at the end of it all, I really think she is worthy of a lot more attention than she probably has ever had. I think if she's alive, she wouldn't want that, but I think she's extremely important to the women's suffrage movement. I think my goal is to see her in the Women's National Hall of Fame in Seneca Falls.
So you're hoping to create some buzz essentially about her,
definitely.
To get her to a place she really deserves to be in.
Absolutely. And also we're trying to tell the stories of some of the more marginalized groups in Constable Hall. There's the traditional, white male history, but there's so many connections at the hall to like the Oneida tribe, the servants, and obviously women. Many of the men at Constable Hall didn't live very long, and what's not well known is usually their wives, their widows and daughters ran the place for many, many years. So we're trying to, I think, update and expand the story of the hall and the people that were there.
Broaden the focus of what we've already know about the hall and its men. You want to, create more of the full picture.
Exactly.
So you were essentially handed a box of documents, and how long have you been working on discovering Anna?
Well, it really was right before COVID, and then when COVID hit, as a teacher, I had a little extra time. My summers also, overseas travel plans, all that went away, so I really just locked down, and to be honest, the story drew me in, so I think my wife thinks I probably spent too much time on it, but I just kept uncovering things, and she had an amazing history that hasn't really been told. Okay,
so you have put the information all together, and you will be hosting basically a webinar, and when will that be?
On the 9th, next week from today. The Tug Hill Commission is graciously hosting these, so they set everything up. It is something people have to register for through the Tug Hill Commission. I'm sure on their website the information is there. They'll then give you an invitation to a Zoom, but it will be recorded, so people that can't watch, it's at 7 o'clock, 7 to 8 p.m. There might be time for answers at the end, depending how fast or long I talk about it. But yeah, lots of documents will be shared. I'm going to run through a presentation of her entire life, not her connection to up here in Constable Hall, as well as her later career as a suffragette and even involvement in right up until World War I. She died shortly after. But yeah, we'll post it then on the Constable website, available on YouTube. The first 3 episodes are already available.
Right, so anyone that is looking to get the previous episodes can see them from YouTube. And like we mentioned, there's no fee.
Right, no fee.
It's very exciting. I mean, she sounds like a very interesting character, and to think that she's got ties to this area is just really awesome. There's pictures, and so it's not just a dry speech. You're going to be showing photos and documentations and keep everyone really involved.
Right, exactly. Yeah. That's the goal.
Okay, so to register for this, again, they need to go to
the New York State Tug Hill Commission's website. If you can't, there is a lot on the website. If you can't find the registration, there's plenty of contact information. They, I know, are very easy to work with, very happy to sign people up. I assume you can sign up right until the last minute, but if for some reason it doesn't work, that time doesn't work, I think they'll post probably within a day, they'll post the whole presentation as well.
Okay, great. Well, I for one will definitely be tuning in.
Well, good.
Sounds very exciting. We appreciate all the hard work that you've put into this. I'm sure, like we talked before, you went down a rabbit hole and spent a lot of time with Anna. But we're so grateful to have Constable Hall in our backyard, and we really appreciate you coming in.
Okay,
All right.
thanks a lot.
Good
Great
luck.
to be here. Thank you.